Long before he became a forgotten man, Yuki believed he was destined for greatness. In feudal Japan, while other young samurai spent their mornings training in silence, Yuki spent his days talking about the warrior he would one day become. He spoke of victory, honor, mastery. He imagined crowds cheering his name after battle. He pictured himself standing at the top of mountains with a sword in his hand, and legends written about his victories. And honestly, his dreams felt real. Too real. Every night he promised himself, tomorrow, I begin. But tomorrow became next week. Next week became next season. And season after season, Yuki remained exactly where he was. While other warriors trained in the freezing rain, Yuki sat indoors planning the perfect strategy, while others practiced the same sword strike thousands of times. Yuki read stories about greatness and convinced himself that ambition alone made him different. But deep down, something was changing. The warriors around him were getting stronger, faster, sharper. Younger students who once admired him slowly surpassed him. And for the first time in his life, Yuki felt something terrifying. Not failure, regret. Because he realized a painful truth most people discover too late. Dreaming about a better future can become an addiction. The mind loves imagination because imagination feels safe. In his mind, Yuki had already become a great samurai 1,000 times. But in reality, he had never earned it once. That is the danger of ambition without action. The more you talk about your goals, the more your brain rewards you emotionally before you've actually done the work. You start mistaking ideas for progress. You confuse planning with movement. And slowly, your dreams became a hiding place. The ancient samurai understood this weakness deeply. They knew that most men do not fail because they lack talent. They fail because they wait. They wait to feel ready. They wait to feel motivated. They wait for the perfect moment to begin. But the perfect moment never arrives. Miyamoto Musashi understood this better than anyone. He did not become legendary because he felt inspired every morning. He became legendary because he trained whether he felt like it or not. Some mornings he was exhausted. Some days his body ached. Some nights he questioned himself. But he still practiced. Again, and again, and again. Because Musashi understood something modern people often forget. Motivation is unreliable. Discipline is not. A samurai did not wake up asking, "Do I feel motivated today?" He woke up asking, "What must be done?" That difference changes everything. Because action creates momentum, not the other way around. Most people think motivation creates action. But in reality, action creates motivation. The hardest part of any journey is not the work itself. It is beginning before you feel ready. Imagine a young samurai standing alone at sunrise, too tired to train. His body feels heavy. His mind searches for excuses. Just rest today. Start tomorrow. No one will notice. But instead of giving up, he picks up his sword and practices one single strike. Just one. The next morning, he repeats it. Then again. Then again. Months later, that one small action becomes part of who he is. While others remain trapped in cycles of motivation and laziness, His discipline becomes automatic. This is why the samurai believed in Kaizen. Small improvements repeated daily, not dramatic transformation overnight. Not endless motivation speeches, just quiet consistency. One step, every day. Because mountains are not climbed through intensity, they are climbed through repetition. Most people destroy their future chasing motivation instead of building habits. They consume inspiration endlessly, but avoid discomfort endlessly too. And the longer they wait, the heavier starting becomes. That is why laziness is dangerous. Not because it ruins one day, but because it quietly steals years. The samurai teachers warned about this long ago. Yagyu Munenori once said, "The sword that waits for perfect conditions never leaves its sheath." Think about that. How many dreams die before they even begin, simply because someone kept waiting to feel ready? The truth is, you will not always feel motivated. You will not always feel confident. You will not always feel inspired. And if your actions depend on emotions, your future will always remain unstable. Real strength begins when commitment becomes more powerful than mood. When a person says, "I will do this, whether I feel like it or not." That is the moment discipline is born. And discipline, not motivation, is what changes a life. Because in the end, the people who transform themselves are rarely the most talented. They are the ones who kept moving, long after the excitement disappeared.